Yes, bro. So today, yeah, I'm gonna break down like how I done the Rise of the South the other day, yeah, and I broke down the whole fucking analytics of the area. I'm gonna try and go through Birmingham, yeah, try and break down as many black histories as I can, yeah, without just walking the line, basically saying the right things, yeah, and what I can say. And give you just some history of a lot of communities in Birmingham, because you see, in like an area, there's different people have different stories and different timelines and everything, and it's good to give people their flowers and their name, because a lot of people do a lot of things, yeah, and then they never even heard of, again, yeah. And there's so much profound stories and just crazy journeys that people go on. There's so much history to neighborhoods, yeah. It's just good to fucking disclose some of it, you know what I mean? So it's not just lost in history. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a good thing, yeah, but sometimes it's not necessarily a bad. And people learn from people's journeys and people's mistakes and stuff like that. So it's just good to talk about it, yeah. So today I'm gonna break down like my hood, yeah, and like my areas make up of my black basically makes up of three areas: Lee Bank, yeah, Borsa Leaf, and Highgate. So why they all used to be called one thing, Sodom. Yeah, they call it Sodom because if you look here, yeah, and this is how it used to be. Cheddar Road, yeah. There's a road on the block, yeah, called Cheddar Road, and this road's so historical, profound, because when people used to walk down it, it was a red light district. It was a red light district like it is in Amsterdam. So girls used to be dancing in the windows. People used to be fucking going down there paying for brasses and that. You know what I mean? I know you go. It's obviously it can't be as open now because the police wouldn't allow it. But back then it was open. It was grimy back then. And I don't know, like, when was this? This is like the 60s or something. I couldn't even imagine what life was like in the 60s, you know. Just because technologies are so apparent now, and you can't even do anything without anything being trailed and tracked back to you. I just couldn't imagine a time, yeah, where, even though I've lived in a time like this when I was very young, yeah, I just couldn't imagine a time where everything's not monitored. But this time, everything wasn't monitored. And I don't even know when let me see when fingerprints came into action. Because imagine being a criminal these times. Wait there. When did fingerprints when did fingerprints start? Fingerprinting for identification began in the 19th century. Fucking hell. It was used by British officials in India in 1858. Fuck me. So why in gangster films, why do people drop the gun then? I thought when I was watching like Goodfellas and stuff, not Goodfellas, sorry, when I was watching Godfather, when he bangs the gun and they always say leave the gun, drop the gun, and they're doing it bare hand. I just thought fingerprint technology wasn't out then. Alright, when did the police start using fingerprints in the UK? 1901? Fucking now. Alright, let me just check DNA first. When did the police start using DNA? Police started using DNA in criminal investigations in the the 1980s. So before the 1980s, if you cut your hand or something like that, you didn't give a fuck. Who cares? There's no way of tracking you. They probably thought there'd always be no way of tracking them, but it's mad how shit. So before the 80s, yeah, you was good if you dropped some blood on the scene, unless it's a mad historical case and they want to come back and charge you. But so yeah, this was the road and that. And here it says a journalist went down there and started reporting the scene, but really, he probably went down there looking for a brass and got caught and was like, "Yo, I'm reporting it. I'm just reporting." So this is the block. This is the block. So all these gangsters, yeah, all these would have been kids at the time, but are growing out of these conditions, growing out of fucking Cheddar Road, a red light district. This was what the area was mostly known for. Handsworth was still bad. As all these areas were probably still bad, definitely doing their thing and that, yeah. But this is how a lot of people in my neighborhood come up, yeah. And it was mostly, although it's probably mostly English back then, but remember, and Irish, because a lot of Irish came into these areas. Not just then after the Irish, a lot of Jamaicans. Then after Jamaicans, a lot of fucking Asians and Arabs and everything. And now the fucking areas are so. It's mostly Asians now, yeah. But now the areas are so fucking like it's so multicultural, and the turnovers was crazy. A bunch of Chinese motherfuckers might just take it over in the next 20 years. Who knows, yeah? Because Chinatown's right by us as well, yeah. So yeah, this is the shit that man basically grew up out of, and this is why it went on to become Sodom. So you see these three areas here, bro, yeah. This is it's like we're just outside of the city centre, yeah, down here, yeah. Where are we? Where are we? Yeah, bam, Borsaleve. So this is the island, fucking Belgrave and shit, yeah. Borsaleve's here. Lee Bank's over here, Highgate's here, but B12 covers like Highgate, bits of like South Acre, I think, yeah, which is down basically kind of part of Lee Bank and Borsaleve, yeah. So that's why that's why all these areas are kind of one thing, yeah. But we just used to call like Lee Bank bottom sides, yeah, and Borsaleve and that was like top sides. But it's mad now, yeah, and I might just caption this how B12 became divided, because now, yeah, I can't, like, people from Lee Bank won't, like, they necessarily won't say, yeah, Borsaleve top side or Highgate's this or that. They're probably classed as different areas, even though they're still all cool around there, yeah. So I just think like it's mad how it's become so divided, because we all grew up as it was the same thing. These areas, everybody was one. It was one big community thing, bro, before it got all divided. So it's just mad how shit just fractions up and splits. It always does that, you know. It's like a mad cycle. Not just this my block. Everybody's fucking black, yeah. But because people probably no one really don't give a fuck about their community, you know, because when the olders just get leave, if they ain't being lifed off or just happy to get out of jail or something, they just fuck it all off, because it's like, I can't help. Maybe they can help, but I get it though, because people are so traumatized from these fucking environments. They're like, I don't want to go, I don't want nothing to do with it. People are just like, I don't want nothing to do with it. But you gotta help the community from, if you're in a position to help. If you're not in a position to help, then just do what you can, you know what I mean? But I get it, yeah. So when I was growing up, bro, I always used to hear about somebody called Devil. He's like a notorious person from my neighborhood, yeah. He was like a Debo. That's how I used to hear about him. He used to go around gathering up man, making them do shit they don't want to do, this, that. He really, what I would say, he's instrumental in putting this block on the city map. He's instrumental in putting this block on the city map, I would say, yeah. Because everybody who his age and his era, which is like probably 45s, I don't know, I'm just guessing that's his age. It seems like that anyway, yeah. Had nothing but respect for him. They had nothing but respect for him, and always just used to be like, I'm talking about gangsters from Handsworth, from all these notorious other blocks, used to be like Devil when he was about doing his thing. Everybody used to respect my man. Like he was our peer, bro. He was one amongst equals, yeah. And then growing up in the hood, everybody used to say the same thing. I've only heard stories about him. I've never fucking even seen the geezer's face till now. Folklore still. Yeah, but he got lifed off, yeah. He done a murder, so boom. Some geezer, yeah, I think his name was BY or some shit like that, yeah. Some geezer must have shot him. What's his case? This is his case. He must have tried to peel it or something back then, yeah. Some geezer must have shot him, yeah, with a fucking BB gun. No, not a BB gun, with a gas gun or something. Like, shot him anyway with something, yeah. And then he must have circled back to this is what it says in the report, and this is what I meant here, obviously, yeah. And then he must have just circled back, yeah, and then smoked him through his house and killed him, yeah. Him, Batman, and TG or something. There was his cold D's, yeah. So, he was about it, bro. He was putting in work, bro. He was putting a block on the map, like, and he was dealing with his conflicts. So after that now, fucking, obviously he's being charged. This was such a long time ago that he's all done this sentence and got out and that. So I think he might be back in on a RICO now. I'm not sure, yeah. But these were the founding members for our block, like, and these carried it with integrity and fucking with honor, yeah. To what these lot think that them morals are. Obviously, we all know now that fucking now it's just a toxic cycle and this and that and blah blah blah. But if you're holding him up to the shit he holds himself up to, you can say that he was fulfilling the standards, innit? So boom, so these were the founding fathers, yeah. I think there was like Gregga was. I don't know if they're about them times. Gregga, what he's known for is that he got like a mad IPP thing when he was whatever, yeah. He got like a short IPP, yeah. And then after, but he ended up doing like 17, 18 years for like a 3-year IPP. You see these people that be getting IPP, bro, and they don't let them out, yeah. I don't give a fuck what. I don't care what fucking. They ain't murdered nobody or they ain't done nothing super duper violent. They've probably done some street robberies or when they was younger, or they've probably done some even a little violent crime, but they shouldn't be doing life sentences, yeah. I think I seen one thing where the guy done a fucking like, didn't you 20 years and stole a bike or a phone or some dumb shit like that. These people are getting violated, and I know you can be like, I know like they don't help themselves because they're in there, yeah, and they probably obviously got drug habits or not fulfilling the criteria, but it doesn't matter. You can't do 20 years for some bullshit. They can't make you do 20 years for some bullshit, man. Like you gotta let people out. You gotta have a heart, man. And it's easy. See, when you're in the system, yeah, and you get knocked back for parole, it's easy just to give up. It's so easy. I swear to God, it's easy just to say, fuck the system. They're never letting me out. I'm not trying again, yeah. I've had enough. I've given up. Because you're in an impossible environment. What's not helping you? The environment's not helping you. And then they have the cheek, yeah, to a parole board to come along and say, oh, well, you haven't fit the criteria. Of course they haven't fit the criteria because they're broken and there's nothing around to fix them. You know what I mean? So obviously you gotta have fucking compassion for some people, man. Like some people have the punishment's gotta fit the crime. If it don't, it's all fucked up, yeah. So these were the man for the block at the time, yeah, back in like 2002s and some shit like that, yeah. These are the ones what was putting in work. Who else was part of it? Like, don't know who else was part of this era. Like fucking Spoon, Gregga, fucking who else is part? Obviously Devil, TG, Batman, fucking. You know what I mean? I don't even know too tough about the others, but I know my man. And there's a legendary story about him, like how he stood his own in jail. When he was in Swellside, and I've spoke about how dangerous Swellside is, yeah. And some man must have went in his pad, yeah, and tried robbing through his rollie. But obviously they're fucking him up, yeah. But he put the rollie in his mouth, but they battered him, must have broke his jaw. Obviously you can't fight 2-3 people, however many people there was, yeah. But they never got the rollie. So people like so obviously people give him credit for that because it's like, no way, like they never got your shit, you stood your ground, yeah. It's just one of them stories what I've heard like a lot of people recite. So so these were like the founding fathers for the block, for especially for like Borsaleve, Highgate era, Lee Bank. But Lee Bank's got his own sort of history as well, you know. Like I'm sure there's like some Black Rose, Red Rose shit what led into the Raiders, or grassroots Raiders might originated from around there, but I don't really know like that sort of shit. I don't really know too much about that, yeah. But and then under these, man, yeah, under Devil and that come other youths like fucking G3 and fucking all his batch, bro. Like, who the fuck was from his batch and his era then? So they'll be like G, maybe, I don't know if G2's that old and shit like that. Like Tesfa and fucking, who else now? All them. I don't know if Juice is part of that shit as well. These are just names in Birmingham that everybody would know anyway, yeah. So I think they all fell under him. Like, a different age, not like young or older and shit. I feel like those are different ages and shit like that, yeah. So, but I'm just gonna bunch them all up in the same area, yeah. And they was all doing their thing as well. Like I think they got nicked for some cash boxes or that kind of shit, yeah. And then they was doing their thing as well. And I think they might have founded Sodom, like Blim and that as well. I used to hear his name when I was little as well, Blim. And you see, like when I was little, there was a street called Goose Street, yeah, on the block, yeah. Wait there, let me go on the thingy. Let me see if I can just pop it up on here, yeah. There's a street called Goose Street on the block, and I used to like, obviously my dad used to live just up the road, up at Highgate Street, yeah. So when they used to go down there, she used to be like 40, 30 man outside, but it used to feel like a gangster block. It's not, and shit was just more raw then. Wait there, let me see if I can. I don't even know how to fuck the spelling Goose Street. Gooch. No, what? Fuck no. I don't even know how to spell in Goose Street and there, you know, but I'm shit at spelling as well. So they, like, the bro, it used to be like fucking out, like, it used to feel like a super gangster block, yeah. And it's sad, yeah. I say that to say that because it's sad, bro, because it's not like that anymore. Like, you go past there now, it's still fucking, it's still like you see man about and shit like that, but it's nothing compared to what it used to be. You know what I mean? And this is before like any rap shit. This is before like. This is before YouTube, bro. I'm talking. That's how far back I'm pushing this, you know. Like, because obviously, because it's my block, and I know a little bit more about it. So these man, like, these are was fuck me, bro. These are probably done something with fucking gun number 6 and fucking. That's how old this shit is. I'm just joking when I say that, bro. But I'm talking about how fucking long ago this shit was, bro. Yeah. So these were like the founding fathers. A B12, a fucking third, like all around there, bro. You know what I mean? So I say that's like, they're like part one of this thing.